win? Who will override the other? It looks like they're going to go for a smoke here, Leviathan, yeah. A little bit of a late one, they get themselves out of their base and smoke Radiant jungle. So enemy, let's go over them quickly. BSJ, Terrorblade towards the tier 2 Sovereign on the Abaddon. Then Frozen, Witch Doctor and Ogre respectively, and Slayer again on his Invoker, but now in comes Leviathan. Radiant jungle. Off one. Tusk, he's ready. Snowball. Available. Who do they go for? They've targeted down the Terrorblade straight onto him, and in they go. Reflection though, look at this! There's illusions everywhere! It's not lasting long enough though. BSJ will get slowed by the rot and finished off by Jenkins, the Ganta King. Now he's the one on the retreat out as Loomdon. Cask up in 8 seconds time. Just retreat now for Leviathan. Don't give anything away. Jenkins can cut through another tree and get himself down the tiny little ramp that's been added in this recent rework of the map. Watching across. Waiting to see what enemy are up to. First blood goes to Leviathan, and it looks like they'll just trade off runes as usual. Bot goes to Radiant, top goes to Dire, but it's BSJ who does die in this game.
Well-gotten gains.
Well, that is a lot of gold on top of the Pudge. 113 gonna be a very good start to that off lane. I don't know if we're gonna get some shenanigans. I'm sure we probably will once that camp spawns. Especially with an Earth Spirit and a Pudge. Like, can you just do like some kicks into poles, a little bit of alley-oop action, and oh, they want to keep an eye on this. They'll put the ward down. Understandable, as they are smoked up. Unlikely to get anything in the mid lane, though.
Yeah, that's what they did. I don't remember if it was against...
Oh, this could work out for them, though.
Team YP. Oh, goodness, you're right, Slayer. Oh, all the venom. He's got that Fairy Fire, but Chibi will not be afraid to dive under this tier 1 until the stun from Loomdon comes in. And Frozen. Ignite was thrown out. Slayer does survive thanks to that Fairy Fire. Salve on its way out as well. WCA, I think it was against Team YP. I don't think it was against LGD. They ran this Pudge Earth Spirit duel off lane, and yeah, they were kind of trading off, following the jungle camp, which has actually been... Is that blocked off by that Observer Ward?
Yeah, he placed it down.
Nice.
It's a pretty decent, chunk of spot there. They're doing their research.
They know what's up. The mid matchup TA against Invoker.
Oh, Zizzy in trouble top. He might go down here. It's gonna be really close.
Oh man, Selves up and the snowball comes in. It's up Frozen who's getting a few tower hits, but look at this beastie Ogre. Oh, the kick! Nusham from miles away. Now he's gonna go in with the roll as well. Slows down Sovereign. Orb Venom going to work, but Abaddon should be okay. Has the Aphotic Shield. That's a ton of regen to keep himself alive. Earth Spirit though. Goodness.
Same time, Jenkins is taking quite a bit of harass. He will not die though. Witch Doctor, one of those better supports, similar to the Dazzle. And that is correct. Jenkins holds the records for most stuns, most damage, and it's tied for third most kills on this hero. He's the Pudge Master, man. He has surpassed the Dondo Superman himself.
Who's
number
one?
The Pudge. For what? Damage? It must be, I assume. Unless someone just had like a really good game.
Someone had one really good game.
Like Black or something farming the safe lane Pudge or something.
The Tranquil Soul Ring Black safe lane Pudge, that was the thing. He really loved that Soul Ring Tranquil Soul on every hero. Naga, Phantom Lancer, Pudge, anything that could sort of spam out a kind of, a nuke or a slow or something. Go for Soul Ring Tranquils. Now, defensive trialing up at top, looking bad and only level 2 so far, and Ziz has the level 2 Blade Fury, but it's slowing down for another 15 seconds or so, and Sovereign being pings out. Nusham wants to get the kick in, but I don't think they actually kill him off. Like, they've got good control. Damage they're kind of lacking here, with the Ogre sitting behind him as well.
Look at that prime moment. And they will hop in there. Just a little bit of kick, just a little bit of kill there.
Well, Sovereign will drop here, even with the stun out from Ogre. They did have the damage. I think the Ice Shards there definitely kind of ticked it over the edge, not allowing the good escape route that the Abaddon was looking towards.
Yeah, that's shown there. It is still Dondo on top of the games and everything like that. Been a while. Everyone, maybe he'll come back now. With the reinvent of the Pudge and Navi possibly making some lands this year. So we might actually see it offline. Ouch. I thought they were back. Oh wait, that's Alliance. Anyway,
I'm not Toby. Mid lane, here we go, here we go. 4 heroes towards the mid. Slayer in a lot of trouble. Jenkins, wait for the hook. He'll steal it up. Self another kill. Nice, Jenkins Pudge. Tranquil Boots already. That first blood into a good amount of lane time. Allowed him to get the Tranquils very early on.
A little bit of an unusual offlaner here. You know, he's just like, who needs creeps? I got 4 last hits, but it doesn't matter. I'm Pudge. Get myself some tranquils, get my soul ring eventually, or a bottle, whatever he wants to go for this game, and just start moving around. And with this Arcana rune, or Arcane rather, probably wishing it was Indus, but a little low on mana. He's got to chill out here for a while.
Clarity going. Enough for a hook now. Witch Doctor though, Loomdon is waiting in the shadows behind Slayer, knowing that the aggression is coming. Speed down towards bottom. There's going to be the Earth Spirit, just get some experience down there. This is the great thing. Skins hits level 3, starts roaming around, looks for the hook towards mid, he's trying to line it up and Tusk wanted shards. They weren't quite sure where the Invoker was heading. Top? What's going up here? This running out of mana. This double strength, tanky, annoying as all hell matchup that he's against. It's irritating. So it's great that he's actually keeping the last hits up, but it's not matching the Terrorblade. 33 and 11. BSJ is an absolute beast, and now he transitions into the jungle. Take full advantage of this Radiant side. Possibly can, but we're seeing the wrap onto top. Jenkins Pudge, here we go. Start things off with a shard into Rotten Hook, and Sovereign trapped in place. Still stuck with that Yoga, but they're going to stop the shield for as long as they possibly can.
What?
Jenkins hooked his teammate back.
No, I don't think he can do anything there to get that kill. I feel like he might have even been able to go for a hook onto Frozen or something and turn that thing into a double, but one of that he'll steal just a little bit too badly. But as you were pointing out, BSJ, man, that Iron Talon, you can just see it going to absolute work on these creeps in the jungle now.
Oh, that's right. Iron Talon, now, we used to see a lot of Legion Commander jungle, and I absolutely hated it. But now the Iron Talon has come out, we're actually, we saw Teehee from TNC do like a pseudo mid/jungle juggernaut at WCA. And you can actually farm relatively efficiently as these melee kind of carries in the jungle now. Legion Commander does a lot better with Iron Talon, and it just adds that little bit of, it just makes you a little more dynamic. Now, you're not stuck to a lane, you're not really sort of held in place and battle things out with an annoying aggro lane like this. I could see Ziz going for something like that. He's keeping the Batty for now, but he's just being harassed back, and now with the stun up, go on into him. He's got Omnislash ready as well. Ziz?
Oh, this is risky.
Ziz?
No. Oh no.
How hit the Sun Strike not even needed as Ogre just whacks him with the little club he's got. That was a pretty major misplay.
I think he mistook the creep wave timings for a moment there. The explanation I have thinking that he was going to have a quick in and out.
Oh, Slayer caught mid. Shibby with the damage output, but the TP is coming in thick and fast here from Enemy, and look at the cast bounce back and forth with the Cold Snap onto Shibby. They'll clear up the Templar Assassin. Nice reaction from Enemy coming into this middle lane as Jenkins, his roaming has worked. It's just being counteracted so well.
Kind of funny, not expecting the aggression in mid, he didn't have to go for anything like the early point into meld, and they actually had no detection, so I'm able to have himself a little bit of survival there, but you really do need every bit of the side blades and the refractions up against this Invoker. We all know he's a big lane dominator, and they didn't even bother bringing detection.
Yushima's hit level 6. I always get super surprised when I look at a Terrorblade and see he's got 12 base armor. Oh, yeah, he's got Ring of Aquila, and you know he's got the little Pullman shield, a little bit of agility from both of them, but that's insane. Still sitting at like what 850
Might not
HP
be
or
for long,
something like that. This HP pool is not great, and he's going to get snowballed on here with the magic damage coming out. This Tusk plus Earth Spirit misses the roll, but with the shards there, oh, kick, just landing. Ultimate out from Nushim as well, as Loomstar being forced back by Jenkins, but they've not focused on one target. Now with the Thunder back onto Nushim, Thunder Strike, oh no, barely missing out on the kill on Earth Spirit, but it's the Tusk that will fall. Even with the Sigil out, they'll get the kill back, and the big thing again, BSJ survives. Back and continue farming.
Total breakdown there on that gank from Leviathan.
Middle tower
Just two different directions. I don't know if again they thought they could clean up both because of the magnetized damage onto the Terrorblade, but without that control factor, he just gets off the easy regain there. You know, swap up some HPs, popping off the Sunders, and oh, disaster. I just don't even know. I mean, at least they got the Witch Doctor, I suppose, but definitely a win there for Enemy.
Invoker, what are you buying? What have you got coming in? Drums Invoker. Okay. So the Exort Drums Invoker. that one up and running. We've seen a hell of a lot of different builds on Invokers now. People are still trying to min-max the kind of new Alacrity build where you actually can dominate a lane as Invoker. Because it always used to be, right, I'll buy, you know, Brown Boots, Midas, Ring of Bassi, and just wait it out until I get my Midas. And now it's more, I can play aggressively. I can actually push the limits and get up in the face of my opponents with Alacrity.
And then run away at 5.2 move speed is Ghost Walk, so always a nice little bit here. Again, they're gonna smoke up here. Hopefully this gank will go a little bit better. I'm gonna get a quick silence.
No invoke for Slayer. Looks like he will drop here. With the drums, he popped the charge to try and run away.
Nushan, too far!
Where's he gone?
He rolled too far into the tier 1. Oops.
Oh, he found the Terrorblade, that's for sure. Time, no quick reactions out from enemy, but up at top lane, healing ward for Ziz. Sovereign, his ultimate's popped. There's enough. Oh, there's not enough for an ultimate. He needs more mana. Ziz just goes for the spin, trying to chase down the Battle's so quick. Curse of the Avernus. Greedy little horsey.
And no space in that inventory for the Mango. We see so many Juggernauts with these days for the exact same scenario. Like he's just, the mana pool is just brutal on this hero.
Skins has the bottle though. Moves in. Regens up Ziz a little bit, but Abaddon's on his way back to base already. Now it's this little battle, trying to get into the Radiant jungle, because they know that BSJ is going to be farming through here. He sees the Tusk. Reflection and stun out. Earth Spirit's trying to save him with that little kick forward, snowball to a creep over to the east. Okay. Yes. Tusk a little bit further away.
Pretty clowny game, man. It seems like no one, I don't know, everyone's just slipping away, and then Newsham like rolls in the enemy team. They botch the gank down bottom. It's something else here. Both teams maybe just kind of warming up here. I know maybe a Leviathan, they're still jet lagged. We'll give them that. And they're still recovering from all those fails we heard. Oh, and at the 10-minute mark, shoot a 4 out of the hooks there.
What was that?
Very important. You have to talk about your hook counters and things like that.
The accent you just did.
I don't know. What was it?
He's suddenly from Boston or something.
It sounds like a, you know, a little bit of a Boston baseball game or something like that.
Oh goodness.
God, look at this Abaddon. Like he's just doing whatever he wants.
He's unkillable. Like in this 1v1 scenario, Sovereign is winning this lane pretty easily. I mean, net worth wise, what we're looking at, 3k. He's not farming amazingly, but it's the fact that the initial stages of the lane didn't go great for him, so now it's catch-up time. In the 1v1, they're actually, okay. It's not going to be a 1v1 for much longer. Look at the rest of enemy. Rotating up the top to kill off this Juggernaut. What have they got? Ziz has a spin, starting off with the cast. Ziz does not react in time, and with a Sunstrike and the right-click power, Alacrity Invoker, kill the Jug and take tier 1.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, that certainly didn't end too well there. So finally they make the big rotation. They commit a lot of heroes, but they get the kill. And in the end, that's all that matters. So it's going to depend here. Like, what can you gain? You have the Earth Spirit and the Pudge. So they'll bring over Sovereign.
Oh,
and now under that tower, he's in a little bit of trouble. I don't know if they want to. They don't have their glyph up anymore.
There's no TPs coming in. Shards not catch anybody.
Jenkins hoping he was going for the TP. I think Sovereign was trying to escape, but wow. All right, so they can't make that defense. They're going to lose a little bit of their presence, and that just means that BSJ is going to have a little more room to work with here. And start pushing up the top lane, ducking into those two camps as well. You know, if he ever decides to cross the river, which Terrorblades rarely do.
Now, I'm a big fan of S&Y running Terrorblade, but I think this game in particular, you go for like the Manta Rush. Get yourself out of like Silence from the Earth Spirit, create more, more units for the Juggernaut to splash onto with Omni Slash.
Oh, they found him.
Omni Slash. He's been caught.
No mana.
He will die to the Omni Slash. Looks like he cannot sunder. Jenkins even cancelling out the hooks there, thinking about the steal. But in situations like that, if you have Manta, you're just out. You are free. Get out of Silence. Get yourself a few more units for Omni Slash to jump onto. Pretty good. Sunstrike will scout the Roche attempt here from Leviathan, but Escalate drop off the Shibby. 13 minutes in with Tread's bottle. They'll clear through this Roche pretty quickly, but
Frozen?
He's going in. He's going to walk in, and Ziz, you don't have the damage for this Ogre. He misses the hook. Jenkins was catching, and now he's going to get stunned up a little bit here as the Earth Spirit comes in with a 3-man kick through them all. And Ziz with a spin. Shibby has the damage output, but they just need to keep on to a target. One by one, the Sovereign heals come through, but Slayer's already dead. The Abaddon doesn't have a shield for another 3 seconds, and he's going to get killed off. There's a control factor here from Leviathan. There's too much to handle. Jenkins, hello there. Ogre, back into the fight you come. Shard will finish him off with the Death Ward. No kills off Shibby with the Aegis up. He'll pop and bring him back to life in a second. But Leviathan, they've lost 1+ Aegis, and now they're looking for more. Roll forward, Newsham, Snowball as well. Luxion's gonna get caught. Another kill goes the way of Leviathan, as that damage output is a little bit too strong for enemy to handle.
I will not forget this.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, in the meantime, BSJ is doing his thing, but that is a huge loss here for Leviathan.
Coin of the realm.
Sorry.
For enemy.
For enemy,
Yeah.
Major gain for Leviathan. Almost 1,500 gold added onto their bank accounts there, and this is going to really help out. So you've got all these roamers. You've got the Tusk, you've got your Earth Spirit, you've got your Pudge. They're all so greedy in a lot of senses. Like, they can do so much with gold, especially with that Aghanim Scepter change to Earth Spirit not being quite as amazing as he used to be.
Radiant
And
structures are
I don't really know, like, there's no... Is there a mech coming out? There is eventually, or is this going to be Vlad's, I wonder, for Sovereign? Because without a mech, this gets a little bit scary, all this push.
Yeah, the
trying to
build,
save allies.
the build on these offlane Abaddons, oh goodness, what's happening mid?
It's usually Vlad's.
Yeah, it's usually like Drums, Vlad's, Ags,
It's definitely
Jenkins.
Vlad's this game.
Charges up, but the stun, the cast, Gloom done, will finish that one off, then they'll get the tier 1 mid as well.
Dire's
Now,
middle
I'm not
He's
sure
almost
when
up
this
to
happens,
Vlad's.
but I remember very clearly, sort of 2 or 3 patches ago, if you're attacking a tower with Abaddon, Curse of the Avernus,
Radiant's
only applied to
bottom
Abaddon
tower
himself.
is under attack.
And I don't remember reading a change or a
Dire's
fix
middle
to allow it
tower is under
to
attack.
apply to allies, but that is the case now. You actually get the Curse of Avernus buff on your allies if you're attacking a tower.
Oh, didn't I? So I thought it always worked on when you're sieging, because I can always envision, like, taking racks and stuff and watching my team and just laughing because everyone's just beating it down.
It used to be bugged for quite a while, but I don't remember it being announced that it was fixed. Oh god, it's, as we're talking about this nonsense, Terrorblade dies bottom lane, that's a pretty important one. Shippy
That's the
now
Blink
for
Dagger
dominating
revealed.
streak.
So no way that he's going to be able to spot that one out with the Blink Dagger just magically appearing, so understandable that he goes down, but again, massive killing here.
Radiant's bottom
Something on the
tower-
Courier.
Radiant's
Battle
bottom
Fury's nearly
tower
done,
has
actually.
fallen.
200, 170 gold away from that. Shibby gives him a few last hits here and there. He'll farm the jungle a bit. He'll actually have his Battle Fury done. Oh man, Jenkins. Sneaky little devil. What are you up to? Fighting away, and he's nearly got his Ether Lens actually. Cloak and Ring are done, and he's spotted out Slayer. Knows the Invoker is there, but he's not alone. Ogre and Witch Doctor both next to him, and the hook just thrown out. What latches?
Clearly, we've got 2 separate game plans going here. We've got Blinking Desolator TA combined with the Roam squad of Pudge, Earth Spirit, Tusk, all with the backbone of Ziz here on his Battle Fury Juggernaut, who's going to be priming up the map. And they want to kill here. And meanwhile, Enemy just needs to, like, trying to make some space. BSJ all the room that they can, and Jenkins, he might be the cautious. BSJ coming in for the fight with the Metamorphosis as well.
Oh, they caught for the Pudge. Now the fact that Newsham has rolled himself over, the kick through a bunch of heroes again, and Newsham starts them up, but Tusk will pick him up in the snowball, try and save him. Where's the turnaround though? They're rolling into the middle of 5 heroes here from Enemy. The meatball will throw down onto Shibby as well, over on the top of the high ground, and they'll lose 2. 3 if you count the Pudge, when it could have potentially just been 1 dead and run.
Yeah, I actually really like this, man. BSJ showing up here, just like coming into the fights. Gotta love your Terrorblades doing stuff like this.
Dire's middle
Alacrity.
So
tower
he'll come in with the Metamorphosis. Oh my god, this tower. That is
18
one of the
minutes in,
fastest
he's
tower kills you will ever see in 18 minutes.
He's got over 200 damage in this 18 minutes in. Are they going to go for high ground here? They've got shield and alacrity. This is something we saw from Alliance, I want to say. I can't remember.
It's really risky up against Pudge.
No, it was EG. It was EG that did this. They had Lone Druid with Abaddon and Invoker. Alacrity plus shield on the bear, and they just went pounding towers. That's exactly what they're doing here with this Terrorblade. Running him forward, knowing that with the shield and heals behind him, not in a massive amount of danger, he can block hooks with illusions.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Leviathan take pretty massive damage structurally onto their tier 3 there. But they have quelled the aggression for now.
Radiant's top tower is
Enemy,
under attack.
that's a massive show of strength, if anything, from enemy.
Well, I don't know what they need. Like, I felt like they really needed a hook onto somebody there. Obviously, they did a good job with the reflection, kind of blocking the way of Jenkins.
Radiant's middle
But
tower
he is
under
closing
attack.
in on an Aether Lens, and maybe that'll be able to give him the range that he needs, because they have to punish a push like that. And the next time Metamorphosis is off cooldown, which is only 30 seconds from now, I can see them honestly just going for it again if they get a decent pick off once more. But they want to get aggression of their own.
Dire's top tower
How do they
is
kill
under
the Abaddon though? With his
Radiant's
ultimate
middle
up,
tower
it's so
has
difficult.
fallen.
Even if they land the hook, they've got to try and target, focus someone else. That's why you see now the Juggernaut gets a Blink Dagger. Past the Abaddon, look for the targets in the back, pick off like Witch Doctor, the Invoker even. Hiding in the shadows. You've seen Blinks on Juggernauts a lot, but Battle Fury Blink, this is more of a, like, the actual rush of Blink after Battle Fury is more of a recent thing from Aggressive, CVEC.
Yeah, I actually really like it this game. Imagine if he had been there during that push with the Blink Dagger. And something similar to that. You can see how they're going to be playing together as enemy. Like, they want to pick off into push, like, just create space the whole time. Get BSJ fat farmed, and he just shows up for the fight. Probably going to go after a couple more big items, maybe get some bots up and running as well. See, he's currently ferry out TP scrolls from the courier, trying to keep himself up and active, but I can see this whole group up idea that they are going for, really being able to benefit off the
Radiant's
Blink
top
Dagger for a very
tower is under
powerful
attack.
Omni Slash, because they're having a hard time getting into the middle of them right now.
Radiant structures
So
are
many
fortified.
Terrorblade illusions and stuff like that. Now, SNY was completed. Just with a show of strength, I mean, I wanted the Mantis style, but he's got illusions up and he's got the shield from Abaddon behind him. Bloodlust, Alacrity, come on. Give BSJ the steroids. Give him the damage. Pump up this silly little hero. He's tanking up the tower. Chunk of HP gone from him, but Buddha Restoration will heal him back up, and look at this beast!
This timing, man, like, Leviathan just are not ready for this. They're all so close to items. Like, there's almost a mech done on Nusham. There's almost an Aether Lens done on Flying Zebra. Almost an Aether Lens on Jenkins. And really, all they have is these CA items. Yeah, and they can't do anything, because they're missing out on so much gold right now, because they have so many incomplete items.
The buffs on BSJ are insane.
They need Zizzy here now.
Well, T8 kills off Witch Doctor at the back, but I'm not sure about that plan, because Shibby, that's not where you want it to be. Nusham's in the middle of here with his ultimate up and running, but Flying Zebra onto BSJ, he does not care. Turns the fight with the Thunder back onto Jenkins, 2 clicks and he's dead.
Nice.
Suicide through the damage, and now Ziz, oh man, goes onto Slayer, might be able to get this kill before he dies, but Slayer walks past, gets towards the tier 2, gets a kill, triple in fact, and then blinks himself away. That's 5 die from Leviathan, only 2 from enemy drop.
Bottom tower is under attack.
I think that's a complete lack of synchronization. Like, we had a big kick come in, stunned a couple of people. You had some other control coming in from the hook. Shibby got in there and got a kill, but Zizzy was just so slow. I know he wanted that tower, and he did end up getting it, but I feel like he could have contributed a lot more to this entire game by TPing earlier into that fight. And I'm not putting that solely on him. I'm sure it's a team call and a team option there, but that's I mean, we all saw it. Like, he got a nice Omni Slash onto BSJ and one other, but couldn't even bring him down in time before the Sunder was popped.
First Rax falls 22 minutes in, it's the ranged one. And I was wondering whether enemy decide to go for the full lane, to take like tier 3, then tier 3 mid, seeing as it's on 160 health. Put themselves up after a boost of gold there, and we're looking at BOT's Blink Invoker. And I'm guessing Aghanim's comes next. 3k saved up. Axe is a pretty big item on Exile Invoker.
Yeah.
Right. Scouts Roche.
Oh, he's just missed it. There's the
Vision
top,
dissipates. Roshan
yeah.
respawns.
Certainly something that they will have going for them on the side of Leviathan. Always a nice way to control up the Roshan, and oh, unfortunate timing there. It's probably going to be an enemy. Will be likely too late for this one. Also, they are nicely grouped, but they don't have a smoke available. Generally, teams waiting for that.
Kind of
They have a
interesting.
they'll miss out.
Chibi has gone for a Dragon Lance. And I understand this is a pretty good item on Tempo Assassin. The only thing I find interesting is that he's gone Dragon Lance, and he's also then going straight into BKB. Biggest strength of Dragon Lance I felt was that it's disassemblable, and you can actually get the Court Staff and the Ogre Club back, and then go into like Butterfly BKB. And it looks like he just wants that additional range. what are your thoughts on this?
Well, he headed for that last engagement of the tower, and it did seem to work out pretty well, especially hopping in between the trees and everything like that, getting off a couple of the right clicks. Obviously, it's always going to be nice when your entire hero revolves around right clicks to add a pretty big benefit. Like, even like a Luna or something, at least you have, you know, something to slow them down with your beams or the Eclipse for a big team fight. But TA, it's just like, this is me. I throw some traps, and I need to right click you. So I do believe every inch counts, and it's certainly cost effective when they are starting to be a little bit penned in here. But I know what you mean. It's just that mid-tier item that some players are willing to go for something like this, and others see it as too big of a loss moving up into that next tier.
Yeah, I just felt that Dragonlance is good, and then you set it into like BKB Butterfly, but the fact that he's got another Ogre Club on top of the Dragonlance, going straight into BKB afterwards, means that you lose that bit of efficiency from the disassemble and into secondary item. We'll see.
Plus, of course, it is definitely one of the more expendable items when it comes to item slots moving later on as well. Kind of like a drums almost, but a little bit more expensive.
Yeah. Leviathan, trying to make the most out of the map. It's gonna be enemy who push out from top lane. No smoke on them, I don't think. No, nothing like that. But they are looking towards the Aghanim Scepters. Boom2 is about 2k off it, frozen. You got the point booster, so about 3,000 gold until he has that one done. Where's Sovereign? They're all going Ags, actually. There's the Invoker Ags, and then they've got 3 other heroes going Aghanim Scepters. Guardian complete on BSJ, and he is a tanky devil. Terrorblade, shattered reality to find himself. Demon within. Now he is cursing the world with these illusions.
So what's the bring down here? Obviously, extremely high armor. You don't really have anything to reduce it here on the side of the Leviathan, which is a little interesting. So your TA obviously gonna have a little bit of a rough go over trying to bring down your Terrorblade, and she's really the only burst that they have. Like, obviously you get the lockdown of possibly a Dismember or something like that, allowing some sustained damage on the Terrorblade, but so many stuns coming from the side. You're gonna have the heals from the Abaddon as well. I think it's going to be extremely hard for them to bring down BSJ. Even Omni Slash wasn't enough in that last team fight, so like, what can you even itemize to do something like that, or you just gotta hope you get some crits?
Right now, Leviathan just being pulled from side to side. It is. Time to run, time to hide. Spins, blinks away. Out of range of that Slayer Invoker, but Jenkins cannot find a hook. First 3 or 4 minutes were perfect for the Pudge. Got early Tranquils, level 3 he was roaming. But it just feels like the past 10-15 haven't worked out at all for Jenkins. No single targets, there's no one to pull out a fight that he'd really like to. Abaddon is so difficult to kill, Ogre is impossible to kill with his massive HP and armor. It's Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor and Invoker are like the 2 guys you can aim towards and really pick off.
I agree with that. You know, he's pretty slippery, but a little bit of detection or anything like that. And we've already seen the Silences doing a lot of work as well on top of Slayer. So they have certainly been trying to shut him down. And although he is drawing quite a bit of the focus, that does kind of give BSJ a little bit of free reign. As they're doing a little bit of sneaky smoke here, trying to bait out Zizzy.
There's no one to find. And again, it's the Abaddon.
And like, who cares?
Even if they lose the Abaddon, it's not a massive deal. Shibby will find the courier on its way back from the bottom lane. But the bottom lane is where Leviathan are going to lose another Rax if they're not
They
careful.
might get frozen. No.
Ogre forces himself out. Yeah, take a look at bot. Rax are going to fall soon. Alacrity up on the Force Spirit. Jenkins, you can't defend this alone. You're against these Force Spirits which are shredding through your armor, taking down your HP. Loomdung is from miles away. Snowball. Save Jenkins a little bit from that Death Sword thrown out. Middle though, what have we got? Abaddon taking a chunk of damage. Now he's actually going to get focused and finished by Shibby. And that Meteor Deafening Blast doesn't hit at all for Slayer. So Leviathan, they defend bot, they get kills. They can't really push anywhere though into tier 2s.
And the other thing is, the wave clear here from Leviathan is just really, like, you've got the Battle Fury Jug, but with the way that you're kind of working an operation of like the tandem that you kind of going between Tasker, Spirit, and Pudge, and what they really want to be achieving on the map in terms of ganks and stuff like that, it's not really beneficial for them to ever be showing in lane. And it's pretty difficult when you have to deal with the Terrorblade. Obviously, you can push multiple waves at once and multiple lanes, and he's going to be going into... So I got the Boots of Travel, he can go just right into the Mantis style next, and then this gets even harder. I'm honestly shocked he didn't pop Metamorphosis, send a Metamorphosis illusion at that Rax, but being melee, I suppose he's just waiting until he can guarantee it completely. Want it regenning.
Butterfly's nearly done for the Juggernaut though, so that's something they can definitely use to mitigate all this right-click damage. You know, Death Ward, Illusions, Invoker even has a ton. BKB from TA allows her to stay through, Meteor Deafening Blast, stuff like that. It's just... Okay, once Earth Spirit gets his Guardian Greaves, I can definitely see Leviathan grouping up and taking a decent old team. If they can just, you know, kind of ham-fist their way in, actually initiate into the middle of enemy, then fair enough. They've got the control and the damage to break the line of enemy here. They have to pick their targets so carefully. They can't have these sloppy engagements, which we've seen from them throughout the game, where half of them go for one target, half go for the other, and they, you know, maybe they feel, okay, we can kill both. We get the efficient play. Pick one, stay and pick the other. They have to be very, very focused in modes.
And we talked about earlier how all the pressure does come down to VSJ. And currently, I mean, he is so tanky. Like 28 armor, 2k HP. He's actually, I just don't even know. All their big damage, like all their nuke damage really is physical, coming from the TA and the Juggernaut. And maybe they can whip something together from Jenkins and a little bit of that pure damage meat hook and stuff like that, but just like, even with the Desolator, he's going to be sitting at 21 armor right now.
Same. Why does he have so much armor?
Hero.
Why? Why does he have so much armor?
Casual 136 agility. It's an E-Blade, man. Go nuke some people. Blow them up. There, you guys go ruin someone's pubs, guys. Go build E-Blade terribly.
Well,
and by the way, it'll be your own pub you ruin. Just so you're aware.
Not kidding. That used to be the build in like pub. I'm pretty sure in Dota 2 it was, but definitely in Dota 1, where you go like Dagon Shadowblade.
Yeah, and the Sunder. Yeah.
Yep. You go into the Roche pit, get yourself down to like 10% HP, Shadowblade, and walk up to someone, sunder them, and Dagon them. It's just like an insta kill. Absolutely pointless in the long, in the grand scheme of things, but it was fun. Definitely fun.
I'll take that as tribute.
Go bring it back, guys. So. VSJ, man, 3k gold.
You can do it in like the 2k, 3k bracket. You know, have fun down there. Please don't bring it up. Please, I don't want to see it. I've lost enough MMR as it is. Gibby is having a tough time dealing with these illusions. Some Melt Strike and a couple of hits.
Unreal. You're so used to watching TA just blow up anything. It's like just by looking at it, they evaporate and stuff. Oh, are they actually going to kill Slayer? He is really far out here.
Pushes the tusk back and the hook. Not connect onto Slayer. Looks like fast enough with his blink BOTs. Get a little bit further away. He's gone for the Ghost Scepter after Aghanim as well. With the Juggernaut and CA.
Oh, Jenkins, he found him.
Walked into the punch. Jenkins not turning on Rot, not knowing who's behind Slayer. He's going to blink himself back and forth, and now looking for the fight again. Snap was up, and Frozen is invis, looking for that initiation onto Jenkins. But I think they know. Leviathan have so many heroes around. Ziz does towards the middle lane apparently to the Witch Doctor, but Frozen stunned Jenkins. Catch him? No! They'll find Flying Zebra at least, but I think they could have had two there. Plus the one they got mid on that Juggernaut, who was way far forward.
I think they were worried about the snowball save. You're right, they probably could have got it, but at least this way you guarantee the kill, and that pretty much guarantees the Rax or buyback. And they need to make a choice here. Oh, that's a creep.
Well, BSJ, look at him. Look at him, just pumped up with all these freaking steroids.
STP.
Curse of the Avernus, Alacrity, Bloodlust, attack speed, so much of it. Shibby, into the back, but not going to find too much. He's up on the front. BSJ, he's tanking through it all. Jenkins has the Dismember down, but Ziz, he's got no ultimate. He's just getting right clicked to Oblivion. The Butterfly will keep him alive for now, and Yusham stunned through 3. As the TA from Shibby reflected, but sundered, now back into they've got the reveal. Tornado will try and get her out of this invis, and they will. With the reflection down, they'll kill off Shibby's Templar Assassin. Juggernaut, healing in the fountain, doesn't really give you the options of damage that they really desperately need. One's gone.
See the other heroes dying? That's what it usually looks like.
Yeah, but what can Shibby
do now? And then BSJ shows up.
Go invis and hide? Sovereign is popped, but Slayer is just staying alive through the Ghost Scepter and the damage output. Ice Wall's down. And I think that's it for Leviathan. They're going to lose 2. Top racks cannot drop. But maybe with this Terrorblade, knowing that TA and Jug are down for 90 seconds, go for tier 4s and Throne.
Yeah. Oh, great draft, honestly. A really solid pick coming up from Enemy. Very few ways to punish, like, if you make it past that early game aggression. They had dropped up on Leviathan, which they did. A very risky Sunder from BSJ. Alright, that might have been unnecessary. Could buy back for the win anyway, and he will.
See yourself back into base, kill off the Tusk, finish off tier 4s. I mean, BSJ had close to 8,000 gold.
Is under attack.
Yeah. So much.
Dire's
hooked.
middle tower has fallen.
Yushin trying to do as much as he can here in the middle, but not lasting too long, honestly, now. He's taken out the picture pretty quickly. Jenkins hook again, gonna be off the mark, frozen, and dead.
Dire's
It's a compilation kill as GG is called, and game number 1 goes to Enemy here against Leviathan.
Well, I'm pretty impressed. I think they really did better than the earlier games today. In the first game, they stumbled pretty hard. Second game, they played a lot better, and now third game, they won. So fourth game should be a total blowout for the side of Enemy, and we can call it a night.
One more game, 2-game series. Obviously, in the group stage, we can take a quick look at the grid, actually. Complexity 2 series, 2 wins. EnemyGG, they lost one of their series against Complexity. Elite Wolves, again, lost to Complexity.